here, and expecting a bit more from him. I thought he would be able to stay with that group, the chasing group, just behind Ben O'Connor and Geraint Thomas there, but looks to be in difficulty, not able to match the pace of the riders who he really needs to be with.
Looking at Caruso here, Tiberi's been struggling as well. It's a very bad day for Bahrain Victorious. Plapp having a better day a little further up. Caruso, of course, taking the bonus seconds yesterday. Today it's not happening. He's in this group with Zana and Balde losing more time. We're getting a few confirmations of what we thought yesterday might be blips. Balde out the back. Narvaez, who was so good yesterday. And the Pirate fans cheering on the reincarnation. Pogacar, who had a mechanical at the bottom and who's ridden away here. Not quite the dramatic scene, riding through all the traffic. But it has been from worry on his way now to glory, it seems. 25 seconds and growing. Kieran de Brix is about to get over and make it a trio. It's Jan Hirt in this group, actually the closest rider from Soudal-QuickStep. For Sevenot was in the next group chasing on. I'm just looking at the group and there is no Bahrain Victorious rider. That's a really bad day for them. Now then, can they get organised, Sean? They can't mess about here.
No, they cannot mess about. They have to keep on working, but you can see almost 30 seconds now for this group, and you know, it looked like that Geraint Thomas and Ben O'Connor were settling into a good pace, but the advantage is to Pogacar leading out front. And as we can see here, the attacks coming out, and that's not going to help, because unless you have a real strong rider, Danny Martinez pushing on there with Storer in the wheel, they have to try continue on setting a pace here. If they start attacking, slowing down, looking at each other, the gap will go one way, and that's out the way.
Pompey Lopez in that group, the winner of the Tour of the Alps, as the gap is at 32 seconds, and this is what you were afraid might happen there. The attack, the slight stop, not working together, and it all benefits this man who had the power, the courage and the audacity to attack at almost 5 kilometers from the finish. And he's on his way to his reward. 32 seconds here. Look back and he's not going to see anybody. Now Lipovic is in here, and he's going to help out his teammate. He has to do. Danny Martinez sits third wheel. This is Lutsenko at the back of the group. Chavez in front of him, O'Connor and Thomas. So much for the two-pronged attack as well for Ineos. We saw problems yesterday for Arendsman. Thomas today proving that he's the only man, the sole leader. 33 seconds now for Pogacar. It's whatever he can take for O'Connor. Oh, it's crisis management time. This wasn't supposed to happen.
No, and I did not expect it to happen, because he looked, very good when Pogacar did go on the attack. He was the one, able to just stay with Pogacar for a short moment, I was thinking that he knocked off his effort, because he realised that the pace by Pogacar was too strong and get into his rhythm. And we did see him with Geraint Thomas there. It looked good that they were going to continue on, but unfortunately Ben O'Connor getting into difficulty, and this is not good, because we can see here 1,600 metres for the leader on the road here. He's a bit further down. Hopefully he can recover, and if not, well, then he's going to take a lot of seconds of a loss.
A reminder, bonus seconds, 10, 6 and 4 for first, second and third at the top here. 50 points in the KOM classification too, but it's a pink jersey that's on its way onto the back of Tadej Pogacar. He's won stages at the Vuelta, and as well as his 2 Tour de France wins, plenty of stages there as well. He'll be joining the Grand Tour Complete Set Club, but that right now will be a long way from his thinking. Penny though for the thoughts of Ben O'Connor. Dropped from this group here and having an absolute nightmare now. It is Narvaez, gave it a good go today, not to be. He is going to lose the Maglia Rosa. This man's on his way into it. 1K to the top now for Tadej Pogacar, who's turned up, who's done his thing. Maybe a day later than some were expecting. Certainly with the scare at the bottom, he wasn't phased at all, was he?
No, I think he was very cool and, you know, just got the bike change and got back on his bike and no panic getting back. And it was a pretty easy chase back as well because the peloton, you know, wasn't that big. So the moment he was in the cavalcade of cars on the tail end of the peloton, he was back to the front end of the race very, very quickly. And yeah, when you're really good and you're feeling good as he was and as he showed here, you know, he was just waiting when the team had done their job, takes off and does his thing.
600 meters away from yet another triumph. Disappointed yesterday. He wanted to win in memory of the young rider for his team, his development team, that was tragically killed whilst that kayaking a couple of days ago. The black armband told us he was in mourning. But not many words to the press showed us he was disappointed. Today, he was given a scare at the bottom of the climb. But here, he's been his big, best, flamboyant self. Finally, the world's most beautiful race gets the most flamboyant racer in the world. And this is where he builds his challenge to take home the sport's most aesthetic jersey. The Maglia Rosa is on its way onto the back of Tadej Pogacar. He turns the corner. He's able to see the famous sanctuary at the top. And Oropa, 25 years after Pantani won here with a mechanical at the bottom, is going to belong now to Pogacar. Not quite the same dramatic performance, but powerful, pulverizing the opposition. And he's on his way to taking more than half a minute on the closest chasers. Here he is then. We've been waiting for him all weekend. Tadej Pogacar arrives at the Giro D'Italia. It's Act 1, Scene 2, and Pogacar is word perfect with his lines. Tadej Pogacar has his own Oropa moment. He wins stage 2 of the Giro D'Italia and takes control of the Maglia Rosa. Arms in the air. Now what is the damage to everybody else? It's going to be hefty for just the second stage of a Grand Tour. And now they battle for positions, time and bonus seconds. Geraint Thomas trying to take more on the right-hand side. There's Dani Martinez as well. Martinez will take second in the 6 bonus seconds. Third goes to Thomas. It's 27 seconds on the line. Tadej Pogacar hasn't finished the Giro d'Italia, not even by a long way here, but he's certainly started his charge towards victory. He's done his job, and Sean Kelly, he was the best by quite a margin.